So I wanted to go over a few points that I didn't in my previous video. So I'll be doing that and maybe going over a few other things. So Daniel Cerny, the one who has the CERN in his name and was born on April 1st, was also in Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Remember that the plane in Fearless crashed into a cornfield. And what is June 11th? National Corn on the Cob Day. Now, when was the release date for Children of the Corn 3? September 12th, 1995. One day after the big day, although it would come later, and this film is set in Chicago, not New York. And guess who makes a brief appearance in Children of the Corn 3? Charlize Theron. I think it was one of her very first roles, maybe her first actually. So there you have your Charlie connection again. Remember, Fearless is the bridge to Charlie Kirk. From Charlize's birth date to the Charlie Kirk event is 18,297 days. You've got your 18666 number. 9 plus 7 is 16, so this here is basically a 216 for your 84. And in Children of the Corn 3, Daniel Cerny plays Eli Porter. So he has both the EL and the port in the name. Also making a brief appearance in the film is Nicholas Brendon from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He's a twin in real life, and in Season 2, Episode 16, he was compared to Elvis. And the same episode, he even had a statue of Elvis in his room. So we all know Trump sure does love his Elvis. And he's a Gemini, the twin sign. So going from Nicholas Brendon's birthday to 8/4 next year, you've got your 322 Skull and Bones backwards. In the Children of the Corn sequel, Nancy Lee Grahn plays the foster mother of Eli. And in one nasty scene, he even asks her for a goodbye kiss, and he winds up licking her right in the ear. Sort of like Trump got clipped in the ear. Oh, it's actually pretty nasty. And I noticed her birthday is 4/28, and that reminds me of, Jeff Gordon from Fearless, who was born on 4/28. It's also a date that sticks with me because I had a Basset Hound who passed away on 4/28 many years ago, so that date has always stuck with me to begin with. But I took a look at her birthday and found some pretty interesting numbers. So from her birth to National Corn on the Cob Day next year is 25,611 days. So you got your 611 right in there. And 2 5s is 55 for your Satan number. Also down here, 841 months, 14 days. You got your 84. And 4 times 11 is 44 for the kill number. And from her birth to 8/4 next year, 25,666 days. So you've got your 2 5s for the Satan number, and you've got the number of the beast. Same. Meanwhile, over here, you have 3,666 weeks, 4 days. And if we go from her birth to the Kirk event, you've got the 33 and the EL number in there. Again, 2 5s is 55, Satan number. And of course, the devil is in the details. Over here, Got your backwards 611. Got your 18. So she has some major connections for some unknown reason. And remember, Eli licked her right in the ear. Now going back to the Fearless cast, we have John Turturro as Dr. Bill Pearlman, and he would later be in Secret Window, based on a Stephen King story. In it, he plays a character harassing Johnny Depp, and it turns out that he is a figment of Depp's own personality. So it's sort of like his evil twin in a way. And Timothy Hutton plays the boyfriend of Depp's ex-wife. Let's look at his birthday. August 16th. Elvis's death date. Hutton was also in another Stephen King film, The Dark Half, where he himself had a twin character of himself who was evil. So, see a pattern here? So if we go from Hutton's birth to 8/4 next year, 65 years, 11 months, 19 days. Also 791 months, 19 days. So you got your Trump your Trump age, and your 9/11 forwards, and your 9/11 backwards. And before I forget, let's go back to Children of the Corn 3. From the release of Fearless to it is 2 months, 28 days. So you got your 222 Order Out of Chaos number, and your 28, which connects a lot of puzzle pieces. I still need to do my video on that later. And from Children of the Corn 3 to the Kirk event, 29 years, 11 months, 29 days. Remember, 2 9s. 2 times 9 is 18, so you got 666 here, 666 there, along with the 9/11. And also, 9 plus 2 is 11, so the 9 can become the 11. So they can all be 9/11s if you really look at it that way. And since it's a day after 9/11 release date, from its release to 9/11/01, you got your 9/11 in there. You can also flip that 9 and have a 216 for your 8/4. And honestly, the release date is sort of a mirror of the date that the Charlie Kirk memorial was. And remember that the movie is a sequel to a Stephen King movie. And remember, Stephen King, his birthday is the same date as the Charlie Kirk memorial, 9/21. So really, this can also be 9/21. Also, William Newman was in The Stand, another Stephen King movie that features cornfields. And remember, he's the one who has the birthday the day after Trump, and the death date, that's the Golden Gate Bridge's birthday. Getting back to the Mothman prophecies, Richard Gere plays John Klein in that film. And remember, in Arlington Road, by the same director, Jeff Bridges works for George Washington University. And in the Mothman prophecies, Gere's character John Klein works for the Washington Post. And remember the all-seeing eye that Max crashes into in Fearless? I remembered that towards the beginning of Mothman, there is a TV screen that strangely shows an eyeball. It's very oddly placed. And honestly, I was surprised to see that Richard Gere is actually older than Jeff Bridges. I figured it'd be the other way around, but he's only older than him by 95 days. Now, I talked about someone else who died over the weekend, Diane Keaton, and she was in this film Looking for Mr. Goodbar with Richard Gere. Now, that movie was released 10/19/1977, so you got your backwards 9/11 in the year that Elvis died. And from Gere's birth to its release, 28 years, 1 month, 19 days, backwards 9/11, and your connective 28. From Gere's birth to Keaton's death, 913 months, 11 days, 76 years, and your 111. And 27 times 800 is 21,600 for your 21684 number. And since Keaton died on Trachtenberg, the Key's birthday, I decided to do from Gere's birth to her birth. You got your 9/11 and your 13, also your 36 and your 111. Getting back to the Mothman prophecies, Mothman equals 84. From Gere's birth to the collapse of the Silver Bridge, you got your 66 twin number and your backwards 18. Here you've got your 18 and your 316, like Bible verse John 3:16. Remember Will Patton, who has Trump's birthday? In the film, he plays Gordon Smallwood. June 14th, 1954. In the film, his ear winds up bleeding, and he thinks he has a tumor. So more ear trauma, Trump ear clip connections. And Patton was also in the 1991 film The Rapture with Tom Cruise's ex-wife Mimi Rogers and David Duchovny from The X-Files. And from the release of The Rapture to the Charlie Kirk event, 33 years, 11 months, 6 days, 6/11 and 33. Also, you got your 407 months, 6 days, 47 Trump presidency, 76 George Bush 9/11 president. And in the film, everyone is dreaming about the pearl. Everyone who believes is dreaming about the pearl. Remember, that's always a Pearl Harbor reference. And at the end of the film, the last person to be raptured is Will Patton's character. Remember, he was born on Trump's birthday. Anyway, that's all for now. All glory to God, now and forever. I genuinely appreciate you watching.